Probably not meant to keep this, but I have a crit breaker and start making zombies, and I have the gate. Oops. You greatly dislike that deck? Yeah, when I tried the blue-white deck, every single game I'd have to like mulligan to 4 or 5 for my Spirit Dancer and it would die on sight. And whenever I play against it, I'm just like 0% because I cannot cast my removal spell in time, and they always have the Spirit Dancer in their 7 and stuff. It's like a little bit frustrating. I'm not convinced the deck is actually that good. But when it high rolls against you and you don't have like your removal at the right moment, you just don't stand a chance. Oh yeah, Crit Breaker plus Reaver is nice. It's a nice little interaction. Ooh, Jund. Okay. Oh, we're gonna tap our zombies, draw a card here. Another zombie. I assume I just want to get my gate down, so if they start making me sack stuff, I get loot. A non-token, but we can still draw off this, so. I really need not to have a Mayhem Devil ever. I guess that's another reason to get this down, is it insulates me against Mayhem Devil a bit. What's my experience with the Sultai Ultimatum? That card was like pretty bad when I tried it. It's like, you end up playing Sultai Mirrors, except you have a 7 mana card in your deck that gets negated, disputed, and ether gusted. And your opponent has things that aren't that. And like, if you ever resolve it, sure, it's like pretty hugely impactful. But getting to that point is very tough. And you can just put other cards that are easier to resolve and only like a bit less impactful in the grand scheme of things. Alright. So I have to activate this first to draw my card. Just put more negates and disputes in your deck. You need to use those negates and disputes to interact with your opponent's threats. Like, and your opponent's gonna, then you still just have the same number of negates and disputes as your opponent, because everyone should just be playing like 3 or 4 copies of those realistically. Like, you aren't gaining advantage when you're just gonna be playing the same number of disputes and negates as anyone who's building their deck correctly. Alright, they get to draw a card off the trail. That is fine. Okay, that's also fine. I still have enough zombies for my Crit Breaker, which is what I really care about. I think I'm at 1 creature in yard, yeah. This puts me at 2, which is nice. I'm gonna be sad to lose the Maya Triton though. The life gain off that's pretty decent. Now they have the Oven plus Cat plus Trail combo all set up. Okay.
Twinsies. I'm playing this deck, Karen.
Aw, hey Emma. Thank you for the 21 months. Heck. I hope you're doing well, friends. So I can make a zombie, right? How is this deck going for you at the moment, Emma? We're getting like a little destroyed in the games I've played, but... draw a card because I have Tower and I can like... Is that even good? The 2/2 blocking the cat does like save me a little life. Alright, I should probably just save some life here, realistically. Is my life total starting to get low? You beat the crap out of blue-white. To be fair, half the format should... I believe, like, blue-white should just be bad, right? Or at least it should be worse than Bant. I don't know. Not playing Uro is just, like, kind of absurd. Yeah, blue-white's really good at beating up on people who are inexperienced against it, for sure. Oh my gosh, Campo. Is that the mono green deck? I need to try the mono green deck out at some point. That deck looks very nice. Oh, it's super underwhelming. No! That's so heartbreaking to hear. It's like, if the mono green deck's the truth, everything's just so easy. You got your teeth kicked in by Bant. Yeah, I'm kind of expecting that to be the case of a lot of decks. I anticipate there's a very reasonable chance I just end up playing an Uro deck at this NV, but I hear that card's reasonable. Or the other thing. Not destroying with all the Euro decks, yeah. For sure. At some point in the next few days, I'll probably start doing that. Huh? I do like myself a Mascon. It's not a zombie. I guess I want to get my loot in. And they don't really have traditional skill spells. And if they draw a Mayhem Devil, I can just never win anyway, so... This is legendary, right? Alright. Oh! They played a second one! Worms coming. Coming for your priests. Oh, this is so good against Catavan too. Jesus. So I guess if I want to draw a card, I have to do it now. So I need to sack a Zombo. We got teeth. Alright, I would like to draw less lands at some point. I know I like slightly foolishly kept a 5-lander, but also they should have brought back the cat before the worm hit play. And then sacked and oh no, they can't, right? Then it dies. I'm silly. Ignore me. Very out of it today. Ooh, hype, Phoebe. That's a Mayhem Devil. That, it's a bit strong. I might be in trouble. There's a second oven in their hand too. So far in your read on this deck is it's good at beating up on creature decks and spell decks, but struggles against anything proactive that can check the namesake. Interesting. Gary would be pretty reasonable right now, I will admit. I'm a little too early into playing this to really have a read. I'm just dead, right? They bring it back, they sack it, they bring it, yeah. It's certainly felt a bit underpowered so far, though. I'm like 3 games in and I'm not come close to having a GPG in play in any of them. So I need to have answers to Mayhem Devil, right? So I should bring in Heartless Act, I should bring in Chupacabras. You've had a lot of tap 7 GPG games? My first round I faced the stupid Auras deck and died on like turn 4 in both games. And did not feel like I could do anything of relevance. I have no idea what to board out here. The worm seems pretty bad. You can say that much. Yeah, the Auras deck is scary when it gets to do its thing. I don't think this is a Thoughtseize matchup, but I'm also just like mortally terrified of Mayhem Devil. And taking out anything that interacts with that card is kind of scary to me. Right, I'll have like a couple copies, I guess. Hey Shay, good to see you. I want to try out a version of this deck with just like all 4 freebooters and all 4 brain maggots. So that you're like much better at slowing down opposing linear stuff. And then if they kill those creatures, they're just like fueling your gates by doing so. But I don't know if that's correct or not. Ooh, this is decent. Do I get rid of a Supplier or a Strider? The 2 Suppliers aren't going to get there on their own, and having a sack outlet for them is nice. But yes, there's a decent chance I mill it into a Strider off the Suppliers. We'll get rid of a Supplier, I think. I think it's just like a bit too hard to keep 2 of those. They're only going to mill like 2 or 3 creatures. Well, between the 2 of them, they'll mill like 3 or 4 creatures on average, right? Just doesn't quite get us all the way there. Keeping something a bit higher power level seems appealing. Immediately destroyed by the top deck Strider. Uh-huh. Love it. Reanimate my 4/4 Uwu. Hey there, Alicia. Alright. They want to kill the Supplier, they're gonna trigger the gate, I guess. Ooh, Heartless Act is nice against the Devil. Do I just need to go ahead and do that? Or I could get down a Strider, which dies very quickly. Alright. Cool. So we have Moat on our side of the battlefield. which is kind of exciting. Not a zombie. Alright, play this. Neat that they errated moat to cost a single black mana, I know. It almost gets it to the point where it could hypothetically be playable in cube, but also not. Next time we get to sack this, do a loot. And depending on what we hit, we could just fire off the gate then. Oh god. It's been so nice playing standard and not having to deal with this. This is just like the single worst thing about playing on Arena is Catavan. I don't believe they needed to ban Catavan in standard necessarily, but I was quite happy that they did. I'm gonna be honest. I was quite happy that they did. Alright. There's 2 in the yard. I don't really want to sack a zombie when we have the crit breaker, but I did not see that clip, VV. I've heard about it though. Sounds horrifying. I guess if I play the second one, then I can't get a gift this turn. Okay. So we're gonna sack this. I mill 3 cards, and now 3 in the yard, 4 in the yard. The loot gets me another gate, sure. I guess I gotta stockpile these, maybe. Like, having the Ghost Riders in the yard means that I can just, like... I'm gonna have stuff to do anyway. Ooh, I get to Fort Seize before I grab my GPG. I believe. Because I have 5 in the yard. So I get to cast this. Sack the Crypt Breaker. And now if they have something to kill the GPG, we get to take it. We do lose one of our gates in the process, but... Ooh, what a good card. Such a good little Chupacabra. I guess we're going to be shuffling it away, so never mind, but... Oh, now I get the Chupacabra in the yard. That's actually really nice. Alright, so I could just Chupacabra the Ghost Rider and it comes back, which is not great. I guess, if I get a Lazotep Reaver, the next turn I can get back the Crypt Breaker, and that's kind of exciting. Alright. Just played against blue-white when you cast turn 2 Freebooter and looked at hand of Rip and Wrath off it. Yeah, that is very reasonable. How goes the battle today? It's going alright. This deck's pretty fun. Not convinced it's any good, but probably play another match or two just to mess around. Then there's a Sultai deck I want to try out, because I hear Nissa is pretty good in Historic as well, and I get to play Scarab God. Does it run 6 mana sorceries? I have to take a look. It does not. It does run Scarab God, which is probably not a playable card, but is a card I love very dearly. It does play Ugin, which is an 8 mana sorcery, so... Attacking for free. Boop. Wait, we're allowed 2 GPGs, right? Yeah, that seems acceptable. Good old non-legendary God-Pharaoh's gift. Play Cat Tribal. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to. I can start priesting them every turn. And killing goat tokens. Like, it's really boring. I think the correct thing is just to make a pile of 4/4s and fling them across the battlefield at my opponent. And that's like undeniably the most boring option I could choose. I just want to get that crit breakers and draw cards and activate priests, you know? Alright, let's get a 4/4 lifelink. Splash for the Scarab God. TSG. I miss Scarab God so much. They cannot currently cast Citadel, which is nice. They only have the 2 black sources. Yeah, opponent's off it. That's what you thought would be happening. I named it that because I was planning on playing this and then the Sultai deck. They totally had the ability to play it. Oh, yeah, the oven derp. Right. MPL is still a thing. They actually just announced a little update to the next like year of play. I think there's... Honestly, I don't actually keep on top of what's happening all the time and kind of just show up when I'm meant to at present. But I'll probably read through it a bit more over the next few days. This doesn't have a gate. Problem is, like, any hand without a gate just doesn't do anything. Ah, Stellated Octahedron. Thank you for the 11 months. Good to see ya. Yeah, that's basically my attitude, Emma. I'll show up and play and things will happen and everything will be fine. I'm very glad I have this Heartless Act. Let's not waste any time on this one. When we literally have a 1/1 in play. Turns out you continue to succeed by winning games of Magic. What a sick strat. Oh, I can go Woe Strider sack the goat for a priest? That sounds like reasonable, I think. I want to get the priest down, but I don't want to just be using 2 mana this turn, because that sounds horrendous. This makes our priest a little bit worse, but... do I have to hold priority? I don't know how this... I guess if it passes the turn, I get complaint equity. Okay. Do not have to hold priority. I have to adjust my strategy. Yeah, I can't just submit Wilderness Reclamation every tournament for a whole year and a half anymore. Oh, Woe Strider also stops you from F6ing. Wow, Woe Strider really is powerful. OP. No, rude. I liked my Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Let's go to the bottom. So what does this do? Is it sorcery speed only? Interesting. What? I'm in trouble. On a positive note, we got Chupacabras. If I want to turn the Woe Strider into anything, I could go get a, Crypt Breaker, maybe? And then, like, next turn get a Lazotep Breather and start drawing cards. I guess I would sack the Chupacabra for that instead. That sounds reasonable. Like, we can start filling the yard to try and, convince my opponent to sack this Lantern. Oh, wait, what? What? This card is garbage. You have to pay 2 mana to find a 1-drop? What the hell? Alright, I guess we're attacking. What on earth? I've already paid 2 mana for my 1/1. Don't make me pay 2 mana in a creature for another 1/1. I'm grumpy. This is not a playable card. Green Sun Zenith doesn't require you to pay an additional 2 mana and sack a creature to get to the point where you're allowed to cast your Green Sun Zenith. Alright. Grumpy. God damn it. Okay. Everything's gonna be fine. So, I can attack for 5, play my Woe Strider, and then pay some mana to turn my Chupacabra into a Crypt Breaker. This may be a reason Green Sun Zenith is banned in Modern. You know, you raise a reasonable point. Chat, can we make an agreement that none of you will ever let me play a historic deck featuring Fiend Artisan ever again? I don't ask for much, but... Ooh, I could get a Stitches supplier. That's actually probably better than a Crypt Breaker. Maybe force this Lantern activation at some point. Yeah, mill some creatures for my Artisan. Alright. That's way better. Wow. Killing my Fiend Artisan. What value? Let's get rid of that one. It does have a lot of rule stacks, it's true. It has a lot of sound and fury to it. I assume they don't play, like, Languish. Alright. Now they kind of have to sack the Lantern or I get a Woe Strider. And they haven't got that much going on currently. We have a Chupacabra for their Woe Strider. These got the Lantern out of play. Very okay with that. So I'm definitely playing the Crypt Breaker. I don't want to play the Chupacabra. Do I? 5, 6, 7. Doesn't make lethal next turn. Yeah, let's just say go. Ravenous Chupacabra is a nice magic card. Kinda wanna flicker some Chupacabras with Yorion. Alright. You have a 5-4, friend. Okay. I guess we're killing the goat. And then popping this with the Chupacabra, and then I get to swing for a bunch. Hey, Canadian Brunch. Good to see ya. Hey, for Alpha Scry. They're gonna go down to 3 this turn. They do have some food, but I don't think that's gonna do it. Boop. Alright, I could play this. I guess I just sack my supplier, which just doesn't particularly matter. Seems worth. Even if they find a Mayhem Devil, does not do it. Okay, Familiar's Dees. Familiar could do some work here. So this is a zombie with Crypt Breaker, I guess. And then if they want to bring the cat... No, so making them... So Priest is 2 damage, right? So they block here... They can gain life as well. I guess I can sack the Woe Strider and return it. That seems pretty decent to me. How much mana do I have? I have 4, 5. I don't... Yeah, so I guess I'm attacking with the Crypt Breaker. And then I can sack the Strider to my Priest and return it with its ability. So they're gonna take 5 here. Okay. And they go to 2. Going back up to 5. Yeah, they have to do that now. Otherwise, the Priest kills them. Right. I can just hold the activation. And it doesn't necessarily kill them, but they would, like, keep their mana hostage, which is really awkward for my opponent. So I'm definitely sacking the Strider, because I want to replay it. Would I rather have a Crypt Breaker or a Chupacabra? I believe I would rather have a Crypt Breaker. But that might be incorrect. It is a larger creature, so it's possible this is incorrect. Ooh, now I'm very happy to have that Chupacabra in the bin. I'll say that much. I could just play this turn. I don't really want them knowing about it, though. Will be a nice little surprise for next turn. Hasty 4/4 Chupacabra incoming. So they really need a Mayhem Devil. They most definitely do not have a Mayhem Devil. The hungriest puppy. Such a good little puppy. Just wants to have a tasty snack. Can you blame it? I'm pretty sure casting this cuts me off of casting this, so I should just cast this. I assume. Put the other Chupacabra in the yard ready for next turn. Or keep it because it's a 2-power creature. That seems fine. It's a pretty good draw. Later on. Second GPG. Quite acceptable. So many Chupacabras. I would like to make a 4/4 Poop. Right, they do get 2 food, but they're also getting attacked for like approximately 1 million. Yeah, the current GPG is slowly eating our bin. That's true, but there is a supplier as a creature we can get back to fill up the yard too. And the priest is like eating through our creatures as well. You drafted both Gate and GPG the other day. GPG is so obscene and limited. It's like not even close to reasonable. Ooh, that's a bit late. Should have drawn that one a few turns earlier. So they can block these 2, take 2, and go to 1. So now they don't even have food for the cat currently. The cat did in fact not come back the very next day. Whoa. Rude. That's a duck. I always get those 2 mixed up. You have a good point there, DC. Oh. Alright, we got there. Sick. Even despite the Fiend Artists in our deck, we managed to take down the Jund Menace.